Okay, it's recording now.
Okay, so again, the intention for these 5 sessions that we have was to help you guys above and beyond all of the basic and advanced training to do whatever it is you need to get accomplished. So when I left, I'd ask you to start making a list of things that you need the help with. Do we have that? Sounds like we don't. So we're going to wing it today, or what do we want to do?
Try to do something. I was looking at the face frame cabinets that are in the library.
The audio control.
Yeah, and?
They are not really helpful to us. So I was trying to take one of the cabinets and modify to look like something I could use. And obviously I got stuck with it. So hopefully you can walk me through or help me out how to fix the problem.
Okay, so tell me what you want to do with it and we'll see what we can do.
So if you see my screen, I have, usually what we would do is having face frame attached to our box. Either the box would be exposed by 5/8 or full 3/4. Let's say we keep it as I have it right now. And now I want to have this, first of all, I'm not sure if I attach this frame proper way. That's one. And two, if I can't modify this door, obviously I need to have it 3/32 gap around my frame. Now, right now the door is even wider than the frame is. So yeah, that's my problem.
Okay, so let's modify the article.
So again, I modify one of the cabinets that were in the library.
Right.
I do have my box visible from the frame by 5/8 as I want it. But now this door sits, I mean, it's on a hinge, but has to be smaller, and gap around the frame needs to be 3/32 between door and the frame.
Okay, go up. First of all, let's go up to the top and select the name of the article. What do you have for a design parameter? So check the box for design parameter there.
Okay.
All right, hit that ellipsis. So the design parameter controls your gaps. Let's see what's in this face frame folder. So is this a base cabinet, upper cabinet, what is it?
That's a base cabinet.
And it's got a separate toe kick or knocked-in panels?
Usually what we do, it is separate toe kick. So as of now, I don't even have toe kick on it. It's just a box with the frame around.
Okay.
Hopefully I can add toe kick to it.
Got it. Let's see that first design parameter, FFB suspended. I mean, you're delving into data that I'm not real familiar with, so I'm going to have to poke around a bit. So this has a gap all the way around, overlay instead of gap. I don't think that's going to work. So you want this to go inside the face frame rather than an overlay, right?
Correct. So my door is flush with the face frame and equal gap around the 3/32.
Okay, so let's make a new one here. Just rename this to face frame Robert or whatever you want to call it here.
All right.
Yep, save that, add it to the list. All right, so the first thing I would do is I would uncheck the box for overlay instead of gap. So we want it to be a gap. See the check boxes there on the right?
Yes. Overlay instead of gap?
Yeah, uncheck that one. We want it to be a gap. And then what gaps do you want? Top, bottom, left, right, so on and so forth.
330 seconds.
We'll put those values in there.
What are those values? Horizontal, centered. Oh, that's for the dividers.
Yeah, so this would be a gap in between. You know, if you had, say, 4 doors or something, where you want horizontal or vertical in between the doors.
The picture that is shown right now, this is a picture of a door with a mullion, or what is this?
Looks like a plan view.
This is looking at basically a picture of a door with a little angle at the top up there. It's just a graphic. So horizontal center, this is going to be, so let's say you had 4 doors on the cabinet. So what do you want between the top and bottom doors? And then vertical centered would be, what do you want between left or right there in between?
Oh, okay. So in my case for now, it's only 1 door, single door in a cabinet. So I'm assuming I should make those zeros for now, or?
Well, let's assume that you can also use this with double doors and 4 doors. So what would you want it to be? It won't be applied to this particular cabinet, but.
Well, I'm hoping that in the future, I would take this cabinet and let's say if I want to put 2 doors or add drawer up top, I'll just modify this very one cabinet. So then I'm guessing I'm going to be using those values.
Correct. That would be a safe bet. So what do you want between the doors?
Always 330 seconds.
Okay.
That's our standard.
Yeah, put it in there.
Oh, this one is tricky. I'm not sure what that is.
So the angled centered would be if you were doing like a diagonal corner cabinet.
Uh-huh. I'm guessing we can achieve that with hinges the same 330-second gap.
All right, let's put it in there. I mean, we can always change it if we need to in that scenario.
Okay.
All right, go ahead and save that and apply it.
Hold on, I missed the top.
Oh, yeah,
top gap.
Yeah, we also need to look at construction too real quick. All right, let's try that up and see what we got. That gets us in the ballpark.
Do what? I'm sorry?
Go ahead and green check it and see if that gets us in the ballpark. Let's see it from the front.
So So it definitely moved, but the other direction. So I need to put, I believe, negative values. Or
Nope, I think that's going to grow some more. Let me see it from the top view again.
first of all, maybe if you could
So
take a look first, Larry, what I did with my frame, if the way I have it, it's correct. Because I'm not sure if this is actually the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see what you got. So it looks like that 330 seconds is coming off the end of the end panel, isn't it?
Yes. Not really, 0.12.
Yeah, no. Check on the door. That's the front. That's the face frame you just distanced.
Yep.
So from the door to the end of the cabinet, not the frame. Okay, could try, but the other way, to the outside of the end of the cabinet, from the door to the outside of the end of the cabinet. There you go. Yeah. So let's try. So you're overlaying the frame basically in 1/8, right?
Yes.
So let's try setting those values to 730 seconds. Let's see what we get for the left and right anyway. I'll have to check the top and bottom. Well, I guess it would be all of them. You have the same overlay all the way around?
Correct.
All right. So let's change top, bottom, left, right to 730 seconds. Then we'll take a look at your frame. Save and apply that. Yep.
That's better. Yep. How do I?
Let's see it from the front view there. Okay, so that looks consistent.
Yeah, it looks good. That's fine.
Okay. So anyway, the bottom line is the design parameters always control the gaps, whether it's a gap or an overlay.
I just want to know that. Oh, wait a minute. We're recording this, right?
We are recording, yes.
Okay.
And of course, you can override that so that the design parameters don't control that. If you go, let's go look at the door itself. I'll show you how to do that. Yeah, first tab on the bottom, and hit the ellipsis next to the construction principle. Yeah, hit the ellipsis there. Okay, so on the right side under construction, there's a checkbox, enable front definition. So if that's checked, then it's going to use design parameters. If you uncheck it, which we'll do for just a second, we want to check it back, but uncheck it, So then you get an area, don't save it, then you get an area called reveal values, right below backset. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and hit that arrow, open that up. So then you can specify per door what you want those gaps or overlays to be. It's only if you don't want to use the design parameters. But we definitely want to check this one because this is our standard door. Enable front definition.
Okay. I have to hit back because save because or it's not gonna make an effect.
Yeah, so either you have to make your door and say, I'm not going to use enable front definitions, in which case you don't need the design parameters, or you check that box, enable front definition, then it works off design parameters.
Okay.
So let's see what you did with the frame.
Save.
Oh, go ahead, you can save it. It's fine.
Yeah, I want to save it so I already have this corrected in my library.
Okay, so what do you think you did wrong with the frame? So obviously you found you could turn the frame parts on. Those have construction principles.
Yes, and when I was playing with the door, trying to size the door, they're like kind of moving my frame apart.
So let's hit the ellipsis by, we'll say the top there, the top frame. This has a construction principle just like anything else. It's in the fillers category. So you have some construction. You can say, hey, this is on the outside. The hinge is attached to the front. How wide is the filler? You can do a reveal between the parts. And I see you found your value for your offset at the side.
Oh, so those numbers, I'm assuming, will be always rounded to millimeters? Because I'm pretty sure I put it 0.625.
Yep, it says 0.625. What was the question?
If this number 0.6252, I know it's minor difference, but it will be always overwriting and rounding to the millimeters?
No, what it does is it rounds it to the millimeters and then rounds it back to inches, but you'll get the 625 on your cut. When it cuts it out, it'll be the 625.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just a little quirky rounding thing is all it is. This probably comes out to a metric, 10 decimal places if you don't.
Got it.
So, I mean, that looks good otherwise.
Yeah, so I added to it, I think maple, I believe, material.
7/8. Okay, that's fine. Perfect. So you had a different material and needed a different part definition, right?
I mean, box is different, and then my face frame will be from solid wood.
The only thing I really saw was, since you use a standard side panel, top and bottom, there was edge banding on those parts. You probably want to create some part definitions for those that don't have the edge banding on them. Well, I guess you would, because you've seen, never mind, you've seen 5/8, you would want it.
I would,
Like
but
that,
maybe maybe what we could change is just not to have this outside edge. Right now it's rounded. I don't know if this is an issue or not. Probably not.
It's a function of the edge banding itself. It's the edge banding that you have selected. But no, we could certainly make a flat edge banding for it.
So I guess I'll keep it as is. So now what I would like to do is add to this box in a top view, what I would like to show is, let's say 2.5 inches piece of plywood with a tongue that this frame is attached to it.
Okay.
Because right now this is like floating in the air. The guys in the shop will be asking me, hey, how you want to attach it? So usually what we do is 3/4 thick plywood, tongue on it, and the frame is just being glued to that frame, to that piece. So I would create a new part, and I would like to add it to this article so it's always there. Does this make sense? So later on I have this box, and from this box I would want to create box with double door and drawer, but this filler would be always there with that 2.5 inch.
This 2.5 inch piece with the tongue on it, does it run the full length of the frame?
I would actually use it around the box, because this frame, usually what we do is we have this frame around the whole box, and top and bottom, actually all around, it looks pretty much the same. So the guys in the shop would use 3/4 scrap piece, make a tongue on it, screw it to the top of the box, and then the frame is being attached to it.
Yeah, I think I understand.
If you want, I can show in AutoCAD one of the drawings that we do it this way.
Yeah, I want to do that. Yeah, let's see that. Just make sure I'm clear.
This is what I'm looking for.
Okay.
Here it's actually different overlay. It's less than what we usually do, but as of filler, that's what I would like to create.
Around the outside of the box. So I would probably make this part of the frame pieces, most likely.
So what I thought is I would use Object Designer, create part from 2 views. But later on, how do I transfer that and attach to my article?
Yeah, no, I think if you make it part of the frame pieces, so make the frame pieces a multiple part, then I think we can probably make that work. Let me think. What would be the best way to do that?
I mean, already in the article designer.
Yeah, so basically you want which can be the best way? Thinking about this now, how I would do this.
For example, this is top view, and I want to add this piece.
Right. How to do this? All right. So first, let's go. All right, so you've got this saved, right?
Yeah.
Let's go create a new top view article designer. So article designer, top view. Give me the typical space width height depth. All right, so let's put the sides, top and bottom on this. Okay. Probably, let's start with the left side there. So I would probably change the left side and make it a back. Select the back just so I can control the size on it. I wouldn't have to do that, would I? Let's just go make a new construction principle to the left side. Oh, hit the ellipsis there by the side panel. BU side left. So what do you call these parts?
Stop. Let's call it filler because that's what I'm going to use later on anyway, with fillers.
Okay, so let's give this thing a name. And we need a part definition. We can get our right material. Either cut out of scrap material, you said?
Yeah, that would be just whatever, 3/4 plywood.
All right, so I'd call this part definition the same thing, your RB filler. We'll assign the material to it. Material.
Core material. Plywood. Let it be this maple plywood.
Okay, apply that. So this part definition you started with had an edge on edge 1. Let's put that to PR of 0, 0. We need an edge there. Do, but not an edge banding. Yeah, you got to hit the arrow to the left there. There you go. All right, save and apply that. Yeah, turn your line boring off. Yeah, make that say none. All right, so let's go to our trims. So how wide is this part typically?
Let it be 2.5 inches plus 3/4 tongue. I mean, 1/4 of an inch tongue.
2.5 inches.
So 2. Well, let's make it easier. 3 inches altogether with the tongue. Tongue will be 1/4 of an inch.
Okay, so oversized previous minus, would that be 21.25? And next would be plus 1/4, 0.25. Don't forget your leading 0. All right, let's do the same on the right side. Probably use, yeah, I'd make a different one for the, yeah, we're gonna need a different one for the right side because the tongue's not symmetrical, is it?
No.
All right.
Yeah,
We're gonna need a filler for the right. We're gonna need one for the right side also. So the right side is going to be the previous is plus 1/4 and the next is minus. Oh, 1.25. That'll give you 3 overall.
Okay.
Minus 21.25. You got 21.75.
Oh.
All right. bottom. Make one for the bottom, one for the top. Just hit the ellipsis there.
So I still will keep. I still want to keep the stretcher as they are, front and back stretcher instead of full piece, but the same 3 inches piece with tongue that we are using for the sides. But I don't want to have full top. Mm-hmm.
I got you. So rename this one.
So this would be as what, as a top stretcher, or this is still the same filler, only top piece.
This is the top piece filler. So we're going to get the same part definition. See what's in your drop down. Okay. And for the part definition back, just blank that one out. We don't want the back one. We just want the front one.
Sorry, what to do with this one?
Blank. Pick the blank. All right. Under construction rail front, a little lower down. No, we don't need a vertical offset. All right. Below connector, let's see the front. Why are you not giving me a size? Definitely get rid of that dowel on the connector. We don't need that. I'll take front position. So hit the arrow here by rail front under construction for me. There we go. So depth. Three inches. Just 3 is fine. All right, save. Let's apply that. Get us in the ballpark. Didn't get it applied. It still has the original one. Select it, double click on it. Yeah, double click it to select it.
Okay.
There we go. All right, we need one for the bottom.
Oh, has to create it, right? Tongue will
Right,
be,
create it. We haven't made it yet. So probably same part definition, right?
yes.
Oh, let's make it a shelf. It's fine. I guess we can do a rail. We can do the same thing. Part definition front would be the same. Part definition back, just keep it blank. Construction, rail front, open that up. Yep, depth 3. Make sure there's no connector on it. Nope, you got to blank the connector out, Robert. It's still there on the left front.
Oh, I thought I uncheck it.
Yeah, when you uncheck it, it just lets you assign different machining to each side of each rail.
Uh-huh.
All right, save and apply to that. See what we got. Didn't get it assigned there again. Okay, draw that up real quick. I think we have to protrude the front and back. Go ahead and draw it up.
I'm sorry, what to do?
Green checking. Let's see what we got. Yeah, let's draw it out in space there. Okay, so we got to adjust the top and bottom forward also. All right, modify article. Let's see if we can do it on the construction principle. Hit the ellipsis. All right, distance from front. Let's make a negative value, negative -1/4 inch. Do the same on the bottom. It's under construction, Robert. Let's see if that got us what we want. Yeah, it looks better.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to need a drawing now of that tongue. So we can machine these.
So we'll be creating part.
No, we need just a drawing of that tongue on the end. What's it look like?
So right here in this view.
Yeah, that's fine. We want to create a profile, so we want to machine that edge, right?
Yep.
Now let's see. Hang on a second. Maybe we can. Let's not do it that way. Go ahead and modify article, and let's go to our part definition. Yep, side panel's fine. Yep, ellipsis down there. Hit the ellipsis next to the side panel, RB filler. Let's go to the part definition now, which you did not get assigned here. Yep, ellipsis, part definition. All right, edge 1. Let's hit the plus sign by edge 1 there. Open that up. Connection situation. And plus sign to the right to add one. Yep. What's in here? Let's just select that blind dado for now, or any of those dados, just to get us in the ballpark. Yeah, hit the ellipsis. All right, so let's make a new one here. This is going to be our filler, face frame, filler, tongue, whatever you want to call it. All right. So on the right, groove construction, hit that ellipsis. We'll make one. Groove construction. Yep. So rename this the same thing, your face frame, filler, whatever.
Lost.
All right, does the tongue look like what you see over there?
Yes.
Okay.
So
let's go apply that. Nope.
I would want to have a tongue on the side of, by the side of the cabinet, not the outside, the inside.
All right, let's go ahead and apply it and see which way it's getting applied. Oh, let's go ahead and draw it up and see which way it's getting applied there. Yep, apply. Save, apply. Save, apply. All right, draw it up, see what we got. No, it's not penetrating anything. So. All right, let's go ahead and just put an adder panel over the face so we can see what it's doing. Modify everything. Let's put the door on. Yep, and we will make it an adder panel for now. No, we can't do that. Let's make it a back. All right, ellipsis. I'm just gonna go make one to work here. It's just a test part called test. Let me see construction. Yeah, part definition is fine. It doesn't matter. Oversize the back. So 3/4, 3/4, 11 3/4. We're just gonna place a part over the face of it. Yeah, I think we gotta oversize it.
By 3/4?
Yeah, I'm at a disadvantage, Robert. I've not ever done this, so. Yeah, 3/4 on all of those, left, right, top, bottom.
Yeah, sorry, Larry. Sometimes you're breaking up. That's why I'm.
Yeah, no worries,
I
man.
cannot hear you sometimes.
I'm talking to myself because I've not ever done what you're trying to do, so it's all theory here, buddy.
Good that I'm not alone.
All right, back set. Let's go minus 3/4, I believe. And groove construction, blank that GC data out. Just pick a blank out of that. All right. Save and apply that. See what we got. Plus 3/4. Dang it. At a 50-50 chance. Oh, I'm getting assigned it anyway.
Sorry?
You didn't get it assigned. It's still using the default. Put the ellipsis there. Double click yours, the test piece. There we go.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now you can check it. No, we got to be penetrating. Okay. So set the offset to -1/2 instead of -3/4. Back set. You see the back set value? -3/4, make it -1/2. Nope. Yeah. All right. See what that's got. Interesting. All right. Let me keyboard and mouse for you. You guys are not growing. You're getting data. Can you give me keyboard and mouse, Robert?
How do I do it?
So on that GoToMeeting, do you have the GoToMeeting toolbar? No. Yeah. So at the top there are 3 tabs: audio,
Sure.
screen, and webcam.
Yep.
Go to the screen tab. If you look down through there, you'll see you're the presenter. Below that somewhere it says share keyboard and mouse.
Oh, okay.
I just let go. With the gaps in. Why are you not extending? Turn off. No, no. You're cutting all the way through. What is this 208?
It's a quarter inch.
208 a quarter inch. That should be fine. What are you doing? Hmm. 19.5 wide. Not sure why that's trying to cut that so wide. Oh, maybe. Let's try this. Hell you say?
That's better.
Kind of. I think it's just because of the kind of part we're using. It was trying to cut it through however much it was overhanging.
But the tongue is half inch, right? Should be, or it looks like. Should be quarter.
Something like that, correct? But we're going to have to make a different one for the right side, like I was saying. See how the right side's backward? Just make a different right side. We need a different construction principle and part definition and the data.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, make it so.
Where do I start now?
Modify article, and we're going to make another construction principle for the right side. Right now we're using the same on left and right. We need a different one for the right.
So pretty much have to rename this one right.
Yeah, for now. Okay, we need a different part definition. Again, just right. Yeah, just rename it right up there. Or be totally right. Actually, let's try this real quick. Just go ahead. Once we have it right, let's see if we can mirror it over real quick. Maybe. I don't know that'll work, but we'll try it. No, doesn't matter. Come on.
Nice.
And now, use this dude. Oh, come on.
I have to say I'm a little bit lost here. You copy one to another?
Yep, pretty much.
I didn't know we can do that.
It's top secret, man. I can tell you, but then I'd have to kill you.
I know.
We'll see how it works. I'm not sure this is even going to work, to be honest with you. Underscore. Let's see what we get here. Image connection. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Look like it pushed that frame outside.
Yeah, because we've got another part here now, so that's okay. Come on. This is not gonna be. Oh, so got a double frame here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I'm just trying to.
So now I have to move back that gap from 1/8 to 5/8, right?
Are you sure you want to build it like this?
I just don't need the dowels for the for those upper pieces. Definitely the filler. Oh, just what happened to that tongue?
Yeah, because of the way it's reacting to the frame. Let's see. That flush it with the frame or what? What's to flush it out here? No. Something like that.
Nice.
All right, see how that looks. You drive, Robert, see how that looks.
Well, the more I look at it now, I'm thinking I should flip that tongue on the other side, but I guess that's fine.
Okay, well, if you want to flip it around, how would you do that?
I'm thinking like when I showed you that in the kitchen, the previous example, I had my box exposed only 1/4 of an inch, I believe. So I had more meat on that frame. Now I have only 1/8 to the tongue, which is not that much, right?
Flip the tongue.
So flip the data around. Go to Element Manager. Element Manager. Yeah, close out of this and take the shortcut, Element Manager.
Ooh, Element Manager G. Okay.
And we'll go to machining or hardware machinings. Come down.
Jeez.
Hardware machinings. Groove construction. Okay, so you got the filler and the filler right. You just have to reverse the linear division. Instead of 1 to 1/4 to 0, it's 0 to 1/4 to 1. Okay, let's flip the 1 and the 0. Okay, save that. Go to the other one, RB filler. Nope, right above it. And flip that one. I want to be 1 first and then 0. Right, save, close, refresh your article.
Okay.
So you might want to extend those data a little bit too. So like for this top and bottom, you want to run that past. Just a little bit. You're not going to run this out to the machine anyway, right?
No, this would be cut by hand. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably okay. So that's just more of a visual.
Exactly. Later on, when I'm gonna have a section, vertical section of it, I mean horizontal, I want to just see that it's drawn properly. Oh, we have to make the sides long and the top short, right?
So yeah, so you're overlaying the sides, but you're not overlaying the top.
Actually, wait a minute. I'm thinking.
With the frame, anyway.
No, hold on. That's fine because hold on. Let me just take a quick look here. This should be on top. Should be behind the frame.
Yeah, so that frame needs to extend up.
Yeah, the frame has to go up. So the bottom. Oh, so the bottom is fine.
The bottom is fine, but at the top, the frame needs to go higher. Can we take a quick restroom break?
Sure. Yeah, sounds good. All right. Thank you, Larry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I might have. Yeah, no, I understand. Yeah, I will. I'll talk to him right now. I'll put it on. That's all right. How far are you away from where I mean, the problem is one of them not done. He's got to finish up. You start off at vanity. If you go pick up the one of them, he is done. You go back. That's it, right? You've done everything. You've done all the delays. Can't run this program. Well, you're there, aren't you? Huh? Okay, you're at Marlin, right? You're at 443. You there? Yeah, because Marlin's not ready. I can't pull his tools, but my bottle is done. So we're going to go over, pick up his tools, and then we can come back to Marlin. We'll be done. Well, drop that off. Yeah, drop that off now. You're there. Aren't you there? Right. So, yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Six. Yeah. Yeah. All right, then. What did you have? 3/4? Yeah, I gotta look then because it's the same job, so I'm thinking that material is just wrong. I gotta look at it straight. Give me a minute, I'll look.
All right, Larry, we're back on.
Yeah, I'm here, man. So what happens at the top of this thing?
So all these here in the bottom,
Yeah.
this is just what you created previously. This is just this framing around, right? Those fillers.
The top is the framing, the bottom is all the parts you already had on there. I just moved them down a level.
Oh yeah, duh. Okay.
And if you're gonna have that, if you're gonna have that piece at the top, that piece of blocking or filler, I mean that's got to grow, whatever the top. Agreed.
Well, my frame needs to go up because the size of the cabinet didn't change. Just my frame, my door, and the frame need to grow somehow.
Hey, Robert. And
Yes,
I think the cabinet's got to shrink because your face frame's going to be that 30.5 size height, correct?
Yeah, that's right. That's correct.
Well, I don't know that the height is triggered off of the frame anyway. Like, what size is the frame now?
The frame should be 2 inches. It was always 2.
So, width and height. What's the overall of the frame right now?
So I'm not worried about the width because if this will be my cabinet for future reference, I'm going to be modifying it anyway. 31 inches. Yeah, I have this 31, like from top of the frame to the bottom. It's 31, and that should be 30 and a half, right? Yeah.
So at 30 and a half height, that's the box. It's really going to be, if you check from the outside of the blocking of the filler, that's the 30 and a half.
So right now my frame is 31 inches. The frame should be 30 and a half.
You're gonna be going to 900 Fifth Avenue.
So my box should be 27 3/4.
And we'll see what happens to the top of that frame. What happens up there?
This frame, it should be just like the bottom is. So our filler will be always behind face frame.
Okay. You need to adjust the top of that, right?
I'm sorry?
You need to adjust the top of that, yes?
Yes. And still, the 31 inch that I have, the face frame, that should be my cabinet. That should be 30 and a half.
Yeah, well, definitely understand the Europeans don't understand face frames, so.
Yeah, I tried to use one of these from the library, but they are weird.
Now this 30 and a half height right here is going to be
I'm gonna even change it. I'm gonna make it 30 3/4. I want to have this
right
frame
here.
30.
That's your 30 and a half right there.
So Larry, I want to make, where I have the 31 inches, I want to make this 30 3/4.
Roger. You don't get it wrong.
If I do the 3/4 stuff, that's capital. And that's 3/4 is what I have. Probably good stuff. Like I'm not going to be able to go to pull out just one school. Well, kind of storage, I don't know how that allows you.
One and 3/8.
Well, so whatever it is, you've got to have a separate piece of the top for that to give it that value.
Mm-hmm.
Are you good, Robert? You can keep playing with this and get it the way you want it.
Okay.
I need to adjust that down a quarter or something.
Yeah, it's oh, wait a minute. Light blue is my door. Now, Larry, in the future, if I want to change this box, resize it, I have to individually change the box and then fillers, correct?
What do you mean?
If I want this box to be lower.
You mean you want the frame to be a different height overall?
Yes. So let's say I'm gonna keep the box and the frame in the same distance. So the frame is overlapping my box by 1/8. But I want to have different size of the box. Oh, so it did change everything.
Yeah, no, just what you have to remember is, so if you check the overall height of that frame now,
Thirty and a half.
right? But width height depth is working off the box, not the frame. Follow me?
Right. So I have to always remember what is the difference between box and the top of the frame, and deduct it. Right?
Yeah.
Do the math. Okay.
Yeah, whatever that overlays that trim, top and bottom, that's
Right.
what you have to deduct off.
So basically, I don't know if I can say the leading. Could we in modify article and make that the frame is the leading box, if I may call it that way? So those numbers, up here, instead of being related to the box, would be related to my frame.
Yeah, we could. We would have to. Let's make a copy of this so we don't jack this one up.
Bob and Larry, I think we should
Yes.
always stay with the box sizes, actually.
What do you mean?
Instead of Robert trying to get the the face frame sizes correct, we should really start with the box first, the cabinet itself.
So you're saying you
Okay.
want this width height depth to be the cabinet size?
Yeah, the box itself. Right, Steve?
Yes, that's what I mean, guys.
Is that
Okay, so we keep it as we have it.
when you say the box size? Does that include the filler?
So we'll probably kind of like working backwards, meaning that will know what the how much the frame will overlap the box, because there may be different conditions. So we'll keep the way we have it, that with those main numbers, we'll change the size of the box and then accordingly change our frame.
Fine by me.
Now, so I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe somebody has different ideas, but I would add base to this cabinet. Just a simple 4 inches with 3 inches kick.
Okay, go for it. Just as a separate product, right?
Well, it definitely will be built separate, because this will be just like a sub base. Usually that's what we do. It's a sub base, but the same size as the cabinet, and then face is attached later on. But could this be as part of this article? So when I'm resizing the size of this box, having it wider, the base follows?
Yes. So then your height up here would then include the toe kick.
Yes.
Do you have a ladder style base built?
I don't know what you mean.
Do you have a product that's a toe kick built? No.
Not set up yet.
Alright, so
Good question then.
do what?
Quick question. This toe kick will be sitting on the bottom of the box, right? So the dimension overall will be different than 4 inches. Be 5 3/8, I believe. So that will be 4 inches will be visible from under the frame.
Right, I got you. And it needs to be inset on each side, right?
No, could be flush with the outside box. Actually, it's better if we'll be flush with the box.
Your dimension should be 5 1/8, Robert.
So this
Uh,
This is 7/8 over.
This is 7/8.
Because you got 1/8 inch over.
That's too much. No, you fix that. That's good enough to start. So something like that.
That's right.
You need to create your construction principles for your pieces for your toe kick there.
This I believe will be cut by hand, if I'm not mistaken, anyway. But if so, we'll add it.
Well, I mean, I would say you still need to create construction principles for the sides and the front and the back, and get them the right material.
Right.
I don't want him to turn around and say, okay, I need this one, because I need to tell him an approximate timeline.
Oh, Larry, this is sitting on the on that filler instead of the box itself, right?
Yeah, I see that. So what do you want to do?
So I want to sit it on the box, and later when we'll be drawing in WoodCam, and base will be, we can generate base for the whole layout of cabinets, correct? Instead of just individual pieces for individual cabinets. We'll have like 5 cabinets next to each other and draw one line of base going across them. So this sub base would be just for my section view, just as a guide. But later on the face of it, we'll apply another piece of wood that I believe I can draw after I have whole layout of cabinets. So what I would do now is just have this base setback from the face frame by 3 3/4, and to be sitting directly on my box.
Okay, so let's see here. So you're saying it's going to be, you know, a run of cabinets rather than individuals like this?
Well, I'm not sure how best way is to tackle it, because I would like to have a base on the cabinet, but this is only sub base, which will be, the face of it will be covered with wood base, just 3/4 wood base. But when I'm going to be drawing sections through all individual cabinets, I need to see a base, that the cabinet's sitting on the base. That's why I was asking to draw this base on.
I mean, how are you literally doing it? I mean, how are you supplying it? Is it a ladder style base, or are you making an individual base for each one?
Sometimes I believe the cabinet usually is individual base, but when the cabinets are, let's say, next to each other, 3 cabinets the same, they're gonna share one big base, and later face will be applied on them. And then, for example, we have dishwasher, so there is only a separate piece. And then again, maybe like 2, 3 cabinets will share base, and so on. That's it.
I mean, so it's going to make a real difference when you create your articles. If they're going to be, if you want, like we started out here, where you say, I want the kick to be part of the box. As you see, you've got to, you know, you got to leave space for those parts. If you want the kick to be a ladder style separate toe kick, then you don't need to leave that space in there or have those parts. It's a separate article. You follow me on that?
Yes.
So that's really a decision you guys have got to make. You know, we're going to build one per cabinet, or we're going to build runs, you know, 8-foot runs or whatever it takes. You can do it both ways.
So I wonder now if would be even beneficial for us to have article base as a separate article.
Yes.
Right, and we'll have, let's say, right away, 3/4 solid wood as a face. So it's sub-base with 3/4 face as a separate article. So once we place our boxes, then we can place our base, or even start with the bases first to make a layout of our kitchen.
Okay, in which case you
on
wouldn't
top
need
of-
to allow any space inside the articles for that. Then you're just going to go, what's the size of the box, and basically it fits underneath there, right?
Yes. Is there a way in the article to have some of the parts be invisible while printing?
Turn the layer off.
Some of the parts be invisible while printing.
Let's say if I have this cabinet with the base, but this is only my sub base, so when I print it, I don't want to show it. I believe the whole article has to be drawn in one layer, so it will be visible all the time.
I mean, yeah, it's gonna, like we have it built here. If this kick is part of this article, then it's going to show up in print. I mean, you could, when you're ready to print, I mean, you could select the parts. And hide them. Oh, come on.
Uh-huh.
And they're still
So
there.
then,
they're just on a frozen layer, basically.
I see. So then, even if we do sections, this part when it's hidden, it's not going to be shown on section view.
I don't know, but we can find out right now, right?
That's right.
So it doesn't show up in the elevations. I'm going to guess it's not going to show up in the section either when it's hidden.
Okay.
So it's not going to show up. But remember, it's just on a frozen layer. It's still there.
Right. So now, since we have two different cabinets, I'm thinking if we could just save that, maybe still with my name. We're gonna tweak it later on, but at least we have it, so we don't lose it. And we can have this in our library, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead, just modify article and save it.
So this one was. Oh. My 3D navigator disappeared on me.
Your what?
A 3D navigator, so I could rotate the parts freely.
The middle button down and hold the shift key. Shift and the wheel. Push the wheel down, and you can spin. You can rotate.
So this one on the right's the one with the kick. You know that, right?
Yes.
Right. And those parts are still hidden.
Oh, so to unhide them, I need to select it, right click, and then.
Go to isolate and show items. You know.
Hide me, Larry. How do I do that?
Right click, isolate. Show elements.
There you go.
All right. So now proper way to save it.
Hit the save button in the upper left. Do a save as. I'm not really sure why we went through this exercise. So basically you told me you want to have the kick as part of the cabinet, may or may not use it. You're not going to cut the parts and you don't want to see them in the drawing. I'm a little bit confused.
I'm not sure how is best way to approach it, but point is that if I'm going to have separate individual base for every single cabinet, and then when I'll print my elevation, I'm going to have lines separating every single box.
This is true.
So that's why I was thinking that I would like to have the base, but have ability to hide it, because I will have to draw one long piece of board as my base, as the face of the base, and shows that on my elevation.
Right,
I can't show individual.
Yeah, but if you put the whole elevation together and you have another article that's just that piece of loose base, that piece of wood, and you put it in front of those, when you hide the lines, you're just going to see that one piece.
Okay, thank you. That's another approach.
Right?
Yep, agreed. So yeah, so this cabinet with the base makes sense. Only then I'm gonna have another article, just the face of the base.
Right. Or if you make, if you decide to go with boxes and a ladder style base, then you could have that piece be part of that ladder style base. Either way.
Okay. And here I have to choose the folder, right? What I want this to be.
Right. Or you can make a new folder if you want. But yes, if you're going to put it in the folder, you got to choose the folder.
So I right click on the face frame to make a new. Would that be the new directory?
Yep, new directory.
I understand. I agree on that.
Sure. Say yes.
Okay, and I can select this one and save it the same way, right?
Yes, you can.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. So you did most of the work.
Uh, Anybody? Questions, ideas? Honestly, I have to say I'm drained.
Larry,
Be
this
careful
is
what
Steve.
you're asking. Yes, Steve.
Larry, this is Steve. Hi.
Hi.
I was just wondering, I probably know my answer already, but all these drawings have to be saved in WoodCam, right? Because we usually set up our own folders that contain the architecturals, lighting specs, everything. We put everything together. And now it seems like everything's stuck in WoodCam, drawing-wise anyway.
Yeah, so everything gets saved to the order. There's an order folder created for each order, and
Right.
the drawings are placed in that. And what I hear you saying is that you have some other file structure somewhere where you're storing like quotes, architecturals, notes,
Yeah.
emails, blah, blah, everything like that. All right, so I'm going to grab your mouse here, Robert. So what I recommend for people that want to do exactly what you're asking me,
Uh-huh.
this is what we're going to do. WCC's Y drive. So they go automatically to factory, IM order. There's a folder with all your orders. Okay?
Okay.
So let's say I've got a job folder. This is actually, it looks like something I drew. So I've got a job folder somewhere, and I want everybody in the company to have access to this drawing from the other job folder, right?
That's what we like to do, yeah.
So just right click on your drawing after you created the order and send to
Desktop?
no. Oh, right here, create shortcut.
Okay.
Make a shortcut and then drop the shortcut into that folder. So now anybody double clicks on that shortcut, it's just going to take them over here and open this drawing for them.
Okay. Could you show me those steps really slow? I don't know if I caught all that.
Yeah. So all the job folders are on the Y drive.
Right.
WCC.
Mm-hmm.
You're in factory.
Then factory.
IM order.
And IM orders, okay.
And then of course there's a folder for every project.
Yeah. I see. Okay. And just click on whatever
Just
you
open
want.
up that project. Yep. You'll see the drawing in there. Select
Yep.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Right click.
Okay.
Create a shortcut. And then move the shortcut over to your wherever you're storing the rest of that stuff. So that way, I mean, they won't be able to tell the difference. You know, if you've got, one of your project managers or something wants to go look at that drawing,
Yeah,
they can go
they
to
do,
the
yeah.
job folder.
That's
Just
correct.
like normal. They can just click on the shortcut, it'll bring them over and open this drawing for them.
Mm-hmm. And they can't mess with it though. They just can look at it.
Well, no, I mean they'll be opening up a DWG. I mean, they could monkey with the DWG, I suppose.
Okay, they usually don't, but I just wondered if they could.
But anything they do is only going to be an AutoCAD, so they can't mess with your data. That's for sure.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's one of my questions, because we have a folder set up where everybody's used to them.
Right, and that's pretty common sense. That's really the easy solution. Just make a shortcut to the drawing. They won't know the difference.
That's great. Great. I was wondering if we can start on like a project, like something simple that we have in the works, and start it from scratch, where you can guide us a little bit more.
It's fine by me. I mean, really, these sessions are for you guys just to help you with whatever you need. So.
Yeah, if you don't have a specific agenda, then I think that's what we should really do.
Well, you guys work that out amongst yourselves, and we'll do that whatever you want to do tomorrow. Rudy?
Yeah.
Still here, Rudy? Just shoot me an email. Yeah, just shoot me an email. Hey, here's what we covered for a 3-hour session today, and that'll be good for me.
You broke up a little bit.
I've been getting some. Our guy is still working on your post. He's having an issue with those with the multi-drilling. You know, dropping more than one bit on the head.
Okay.
He still says he's going to get me some test files over today, but it's getting late, so we'll see.
Okay. You broke up before. You broke up before. You wanted me to send you an email?
Yeah, just shoot me an email. Says, hey, here's thanks for the 3-hour training. Here's what we covered today. That's all I need.
Okay. All right. Will do.
You guys put your head together for tomorrow and figure out exactly what you want to cover for the session tomorrow. These are all geared to whatever you feel like you need. So.
Well, for tomorrow, I got a question. It's regarding drawers. How to customize the drawers, like heights and depths, because I'm having trouble with the gaps in the drawers. So that shouldn't be more than like a 20-minute thing. Yeah. Yeah, that shouldn't take 3 hours. We just kind of put your heads together and see what you want to come up with. We need that for the whole week. So I guess the more on the list, the better, right? Okay.
All right, guys, that's it for today. You guys have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you tomorrow.
All right.
Okay.
All right,
Take care.
Larry.
Thanks again.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.